I'm Kitty and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my best and worst books of 2022. So a little disclaimer, if these books were your favourite, that's great. I'm happy you enjoyed them. I just didn't. And as adults, we should be able to understand that we are going to have difference of opinions, and it would make life very boring if we liked the same books. So I'm just going to start with the one that Hi, editing Kitty here. So clearly filming Kitty is not quite awake yet. She means last year. So I'm just going to put this clip in. Obviously, these were the best and worst books of last year. Was There Are No Saints by Sophie Lark. Now, I read this because I think the Late Night Crew were doing a smutty 72 hours thing, so I thought I'd read this one. I hated it. It was so boring. I didn't like the main characters and it was just a bit too graphic for me. So yeah, didn't like it. I, however, did go on to the second book and it was slightly better, but not by much. I gave them 2 to 3 stars each. So yeah, wasn't a fan of that one. Now, the most disappointing one to me is going to be the Minor series. Now, while I read all 5 books and enjoyed them at the time, the more I've thought about it at the end of last year, the more I was like, they were a good time, but they were nothing that blew me away. And I think probably on rereading them, I would probably lower them to a 3-star, not a 4-star. So yeah, it's just one of them where it's a good time, but I wasn't blown away. Now, the next one, which makes me sad about, is The Mistake by Elle Kennedy. I read Good Girl Complex and The Deal, and I think both of them got a 5-star. But with this one, I don't think I connected to the characters as well as I would have liked. I also didn't buy into their romance as much either. It felt very insta-lovey and almost insta-lust as well. It was, yeah, not a good time with this one. I mean, I did finish it, but yeah, I didn't enjoy it as much. I did, however, find that the last half of the book a little bit more enjoyable, and that's why I think it got a 4-star instead of a 3. But yeah, overall, just a disappointing one considering how much I'd liked the previous 2. Then moving on to the books I enjoyed this year. So we'll start with The Mistletoe Motive by Chloe Liese. I think that's how you say it. I thoroughly enjoyed this one, and I think if I was to rank this one, this would probably be my number 1 spot. However, there is no specific spots for the next 3 that come after this one. So in this one, it says is a perfect for fans of The Hating Game and You Got Mail. I don't really watch movies, so I can't tell you if it's a good comparison to You Got Mail. But I've read The Hating Game, and I would say it is very much like The Hating Game. So if you didn't like The Hating Game, I would not particularly read this one. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. There was quite a lot of rap in here. There was autism rap. I want to say OCD rap as well, but I can't remember if that was one. I know diabetes was one as well. But yeah, I love this. I love both of the main characters. It was just a great time. Then moving on to You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hogel. So Meg at 12 books a day raved about this one, said how much everyone should read it, and I think and again I thoroughly enjoyed this one. So this one is about this couple who basically have got distance and they're not communicating as well as they should be, and basically whoever cancels the wedding is going to be stuck with the bill, so they're doing whatever they can to make sure that the other one has to pay for it, and obviously it goes from there. Again, great time, thoroughly enjoyed this one, would recommend. Then the next one, I've not really read a lot of fantasy this year. I've read a lot of romance. It was only, in fact, I had COVID when I read this book, so I don't know if that's why it's stuck in my head as much as it has. But the next book is These Violent delight. I thoroughly enjoyed this one. I was quite shocked by how much I enjoyed this one. So it's a mystery within a fantasy world, and again, really enjoyed it. Like the main characters, I've also read Our Violent Ends and enjoyed that. So yeah, again, thoroughly enjoyed this one. And then I read The Deal and really enjoyed this one. So this follows Hannah and Garrett. I just love the relationship in this one. It was a great time. Yeah, just thoroughly enjoyed it. So in this one, we follow Hannah and Garrett. Hannah is the good girl and he's kind of like the bad boy. He's failing in one of his classes. I can't remember which one. And basically he tries to get Hannah to help him because he has to have good grades and he's failing in one of his classes, which brings the rest of his grades down. So yeah, I think he has, like, he asks for Hannah's help. Hannah is reluctant to begin with, and yeah, it just basically follows them. I really enjoyed this, and yeah, so that's going to be it for this video. Bye guys.